Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on today's video. You know, Justin asked me if I was ready for this video. I've been ready for this video since the day this car came in here, because for me, I look at this car and I say the colors of this car, no other car in the world could pull off the look and colors of the 57 Belair Convertible. And then I think about, maybe this wasn't my time of hot rodding, and mine was the later 60s or 70s, but this is a time when the world was completely different. You look at this car and it takes you back to a completely different place. Like, I don't even know if aluminum foil was out then. Yes, it was, but anyway, you know what I'm saying. No microwave, no internet, no cell phone, such a different world. And when you get in this car, man, I'm telling you, you smile like a schoolboy, and you're rolling down the road, and everybody who sees this car cannot help but stare. They can't. This one in particular, complete frame-off restoration, just done a few hundred miles ago. Sometimes these can run up to $100,000 for the restoration. I don't know the exact amount on this car here, but as we look around the car, you can clearly see that everything's been done. All right, so come on up here. One of the nice things also too is the car is very, very correct, including the colors, the matching numbers engine and transmission. On top of it, this one here has the upgraded power pack package, meaning it has the 4-barrel and the dual exhaust. You'll want that, especially in a car like this, when you can take out 3 couples in the car and go for a ride. You want to have a little power to pass. So come on up and let's check out on paint first. All right, tropical turquoise, like a mirror finish. Look at the shine on that paint. You can see every word, every letter. You can see what time it is. You can see secondhand clicking on my cheap watch. Just kidding. Anyway, what I'm talking about is the detail that somebody spends in the prep of the paint. You know, paint itself is not wrapped up in how it's sprayed on. Anything, including home improvement and cars, is all dependent on what goes on underneath the paint. So you can imagine that these panels here, 50 and 60 years later, have been out in the cold and the heat numerous times. They've shrunk, things like that have happened. This here, somebody spent a lot of time working on every piece of this car. I can rub my hand on it because it has like 3 or 4 coats of show wax on it. It just feels super, super smooth. All the stainless is beautiful. It's not dinged and nicked up. And that's kind of what you're getting when you're getting a brand new 57 Chevy convertible. So let's keep rolling around. Fresh glass around the car, the correct stainless wipers. You say, well, what's the big deal about the stainless wipers? Well, like these arms here for this car, they could be 125 or 150 a piece if you want the exact correct ones. All right, down here, we have the color matched wheels, the spinner stainless caps, and the correct wide white belted tires, just like they rolled off the showroom floor. Now this car here does not have the fender skirts on it. The fender skirts can be added if you wanted to. Let us know if you want them. We can get them painted, color matched, and put on the car. Some people like them, some people don't. That's up to you. We can also add the rear spare tire. But as far as chrome goes, everything's been redone. It's been replated, repolished, refurbished, or it's brand new. And just, it looks really, really good. If we could just take a second here, I wanted to take a quick shot underneath because I wanted you to just to see how much detail. Look at the effort that's gone into here, from the ground strap to all the new brake lines, suspension detail, exhaust is new, goes through the frame correctly like it's supposed to for the power pack package. It's just awesome. All right, let's take a peek under the hood for a minute. But before we go under the hood, I like just to look at this part. I mean, look at the face of this. This is General Motors styling circa 1957. Do you realize that most people that own a car company, I say people, most car companies would love to sell, and they're big companies, would love to sell 300,000 units a year. Say you're Buick or Lexus or something like that. 300,000 units a year. In 1957, they sold 1.5 million of just this model. Okay, 1.5 million. That's how popular this car was. But there's so few left, and the convertibles were very expensive. So a lot of them were either not rebuilt or there just weren't enough to go around. So come on up in here and let's look at some detail here. For instance, all the HVAC system here is all done. GM hoses, okay, with the correct clamps on there. The original tag is still here, showing the original color, showing that it's a Bel Air, showing that it was originally this tropical turquoise color. It shows the interior color as well on the trim tag. All right. The matching numbers engine is on here, the VC code on the block. The generator is detailed. This is not a modified car. It doesn't even have radial tires on it, is how authentic and correct this is. The only thing that's not right is the battery in the car. And maybe if you wanted, we should probably go ahead and put that in there. And I think that that's actually what they were doing. That's why they didn't bolt it back in here. So I think that we have the correct tar top battery for the car, and that'll finish off the whole detail of it, okay? Look in here, man, like the horns are all detailed and painted, new wiring, sockets, clips, everything. This is like a new 57 Chevy if you could get one. Back to talking about style again. So listen, we got the 57 wings, we got the jet age, showing like the jet propulsion coming out of here, and just the way it ties in. This, everybody loves to show that the gas cap is over here. Matter of fact, I'll probably have Justin walk around and show you that too. The gold trim on the car, just a nice touch. And just look inside this car, man. You're riding behind this car, you see it, you go, what a different time the world was, and what a different era and different everything about it. It just was significantly different in the 50s versus where we are today. Okay, so all detailed in here. We wanted to pull this all apart so you could see this. We got a nicely detailed jack. We got an additional spare tire as well, okay? And these right here, they put rags in here for a reason, because sometimes you get a little bit of squeak when you close the trunk, and I just wanted you to know there's nothing wrong with it. We can certainly take those out. That's just, they're trying not to scratch anything and make sure everything works. Everything really has just been done on the car, and it's probably going to need a few hundred more miles of driving to sort out all the little bugs, and we can take care of that. But even the tag light works right here. All this is triple plated chrome. I mean, it's just great. If we could, can you look under here for just a second? I wanted you to see. This is red oxide. This is exactly what it's supposed to be painted. It's a red primer oxide underneath. The gas tank is detailed, the rear end is detailed, it's got the correct exhaust. But look at it, man, it's like brand new 1957 underneath here. Okay, so this seat here, this is what makes these cars so great. Like, check this out. I'm 6'1", like I can cruise in this car anywhere I want to go. And I still got room for another 6'1"er up front and to ride all day. You know, this is the day of poodle skirts and 6 people in the cars and parties and fun and smiles and a lot less worries, and you know, not having to answer your email every 8 seconds and being judged by your social media. This is just a different world, man. It's just cool. And you know what? If you could find a way to slow down in your life, get something like this, get in it for a minute, I guarantee you, you won't need a therapist. You get in this car on a Friday after work, call whoever it is, hey, I'm on my way home, shut your cell phone off, man, and go for a ride. Guaranteed therapeutic. Everything here. This great steering wheel, great colors to go with the outside of the car. It's color match. Those cool rubber mats. If you're, I don't know, I get excited about it because they just look so great, but we're talking about rubber mats, and they just fit this car perfectly. All the gauges are redone, temperature gauge, speedo, fuel. This has an upgraded radio. Looks pretty stock. What if you wanted to? What I would do if it was me is I'd probably just put the stock AM radio in here, and I'd go ahead and I'd put in a digital sound system in here with your iPod, CD, whatever. Ask us, we can take care of that here for you. It's very easy to do. We'll bury a couple speakers under the dash too, so it looks all stock, but you get all those great things too, so that you can use your phone and what have you if you want to get on the phone, but you don't have to. But you could also get some great music too. You know, we talked about the past, the past, the past. The truth of the matter is, the future says now that you've worked hard and you can finally afford this. Maybe back in the day, you couldn't afford a 57 Belair Convertible, or something along your life happened. Of course, like all of us, we had to get some rhythm in our lives, get the kids off to school, get some job stuff going, house in order, and finally you can at a place that you can afford something like this. Don't wait another 5 years, 10 years, or whatever, plow another $100,000 into a car you think that you can restore for less. This car is ready to go today. It's matching numbers, it's great colors, it's the last year this car was built, it's collector quality, and you can drive it tomorrow, man. That's how cool this is, all right? Anyway, if you find a way to get a 57 Chevy Belair in your life, I'm telling you, man, this car is very, very nice. Call us 301-816-1000 and we'll tell you all about it. See ya.